A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, teeming with heroes and villains, there's DJ.
All right, enough of this voice. A codebreaker who chooses neither side. Portrayed by Benicio del Toro in Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi. Don't hurt me! DJ challenges the binary of good versus evil. Sort of. But who is he? And what does he represent in the Star Wars saga? I just gave you a bit of it, but let's move on.
DJ.
Whose moniker literally stands for Don't Join, is a master slicer, or hacker in the Star Wars universe, encountered by Finn and Rose in the opulent Canto Bight. You know, the casino planet. His skills in code breaking are unparalleled, yet his allegiance lies solely with himself. To DJ, the Resistance and the First Order are two sides of the same coin, both perpetuating a cycle of war and profit. DJ embodies a notion of moral relativism. Feel like I hate that I just said that term. He reveals to Finn that the wealthy arms dealer they're stealing from supplies weapons to both the Resistance and the First Order. This revelation underscores his belief that
In war, there are no true sides, only those who profit.
Now, Benicio del Toro's portrayal of DJ adds layers of complexity. Interestingly, Del Toro was initially cast as Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace, but after not receiving a lot of lines, he decided to step aside. DJ's story actually extends beyond the film.
Star Wars DJ Most Wanted.
This is his one-shot comic book that dives into his backstory. The mysterious codebreaker from Star Wars The Last Jedi 2017.
Don't hurt me.
It was written by both Ben Acker and Ben Blacker. It provides insight into DJ's character, his motivations, and his morally ambiguous stance in the galaxy. The comic is set before the events of The Last Jedi. DJ, who again, his real name is never revealed, is a thief and a skilled hacker who operates in the criminal underworld. He's not aligned with the Resistance or the First Order, but rather focuses on looking out for himself and making a profit. The story in the comic book follows DJ's journey as he's hired by a group of criminals to steal valuable items, and it shows how he uses his intelligence and technical skills to get what he wants. We also begin to see his cynical, everybody's out for themselves worldview, which is central to his character in The Last Jedi.
Please don't hurt me.
Additionally, DJ appears in various adaptations and is mentioned in the book Spark of the Resistance. Speaking of sparks, DJ's character sparked quite the diverse reaction. Some fans appreciated the moral ambiguity he introduced, while others found him perplexing and didn't quite get what he was there for. Some just saw him as outright evil, missing the point completely. DJ may definitely not be a hero, or definitely not a villain, but his presence forces characters and audiences alike to confront uncomfortable truths about war, allegiance, and morality. In a saga defined by the Force, DJ reminds us of the gray areas in between, where magic and laser swords can't really reach. Pretty interesting. I mean, you know, DJ's in the films for less than
5 minutes.
Alas, he brings to the story like a touch on the theme of greed versus the more idealistic visions held by characters like Poe Dameron or Finn, who are fighting for something bigger than themselves. DJ shows more self-interest. Not really swayed by the ideals of the Resistance or the First Order, this also seems to lead him down a path that saddles him as a bit of a loner, funneling him into this situation that has him keep to his own counsel and avoid any attachments that might make him vulnerable? Maybe. Despite his morally gray nature, there's a level of charm to him, you gotta admit. DJ's character and the message or metaphor or what have you that he brings to the screen, and Star Wars universe as a whole, seems to rail against Star Wars' tried and true binary dichotomy of dueling plot devices,
Light
and
Dark.
sowing seeds of moral ambiguity. DJ doesn't fit into the traditional hero or villain mold. No, he's more of an anti-hero, making choices based on personal gain and survival. Not really saying he or his plotline or inclusion is good or bad. I just find it really interesting that they introduced it and it fell apart. Like maybe, a few things in the... Either way, with new Star Wars coming out, especially Andor, it seems like we're kind of diving into a bit more gray territory, muddied waters. And with something as popular in the zeitgeist as Star Wars, maybe this was the start of an interesting way to kind of introduce this concept to the layman. The lame men. That's stupid.
Maybe.
Yeah. I guess at the end of all this, we should also recognize these are movies and TV shows that the creator, the original creator,
George Lucas.
stated was
Made for little baby kids. That's why I put teddy bears in it. And farting duckmen.
Which the movies are for children, but they don't want to admit that.
Then again, the creator also said that it's a metaphor for the Vietnam War.
This is just a long advertisement for toys.
This is also a vehicle to show what revolution and rebellion against the dictatorship looks like to regular people.
Oh god, we're stuck in a dichotomy again.
The sequel trilogy didn't get made the way it was supposed to be made. Once again, corporate executives stepped in and decided they know what's best. Now, all of Star Wars is spent cleaning up after those mistakes and filling in the gaps in the stories to make it cohesive. It's weird how art imitates life and life imitates art and that whole thing. Jeez, I keep trying to end this. I guess I bid you adieu.
Live long and prosper.
And besides, what makes a man turn neutral? Lust for gold? Power? Or were you just born with a heart full of neutrality? Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. Check out the Ko-fi page and the Patreon if you would like to help out. Kiff, ready my ship. I'll see you in the next one. Oh, yes.